Everything's going all right? Figuring everything out? All right, good. Yeah, good? All right. Sure. Oh, he's putting my keys. Right. So have you opened it before?
Take us back to Bolingbrook High School in the late 80s. You're walking the hallways and you're trying to figure out what you're going to do after you graduate from high school. How did you come to the decision to enlist in the Army?
My sister was graduating. My parents, were a blue-collar family growing up in Bolingbrook, and my sister was smarter than me, and I knew she would be fine in college, so I just made the decision. I started looking into the military, and that would pay for my college. So at the time, the U.S. Army had you could enlist for 2 years instead of 3 or 4, and you could still get the GI Bill. So I did the 2 years, 2 years plus your basic training, but I had to do infantry because they needed the bodies.
You were one of the guys that's rappelling out of Black Hawk helicopters. Share with us what it was like the very first time you actually had to do that.
The thing I was worried most about was the belt that I had to put on or create, because they just give you a rope and you create the belt and you put a D-ring on there, and I wasn't worried about going down, or I was just worried about my device staying together. And I just remember the first time the rush was awesome, and then after that first time going down and knew that you can control and figure everything out, it was an awesome experience. Because I'm coming down to you during class to come find their laptop.
Well, I don't think they come down there. They leave them there, and then someone will take it by mistake and go to their class.
Oh.
Now, somebody else has their computer, so they have to go out to look for it.
What's the most important thing that you learned in the Army that you've been able to apply to your career in education?
After I got out of the Army, I stayed in the National Guard. And so I did that for 5 years after. And during that time, I went to their leadership school, and I was able to really take a lot of planning, how much important pre-planning is, how important communicating it are with people, just so that they understand that we're all on the same mission, we all have the same vision, and we're just working together to try to accomplish that.
Good morning, Humphrey Middle School. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States.
Let's say one of your students comes to your office, they found out you were a member of the military, and they come to you and say, Mr. Laverty, I'm thinking about joining the military. What would you tell them about your time in the service?
To really think about what you want to do after the military. If you're not looking to go in full-time for lifetime, to look out what you want to do and see how you could connect that to what you want to do afterwards, so you can really learn that skill and then take it to whatever you want to do afterwards, and investigate what opportunities there are, just not the U.S. Army, all the branches, and really investigate how it can help you move you to where you want to go after the military. Because you'll get the money and the college fund and all that, which is great, but it's, again, trying to find out what you want to love to do and help people or work on whatever you want to do in your life.